Hello, and we're back with another Suicide Squad video, and boy, are things looking good for this game right now. We're getting a steady cadence of content being shown off for the game each week. Last weekend, we had people invited to an alpha technical test, and the good news just keeps on coming. Last night was the Game Awards, and I had a sneaking suspicion we'd see something from Suicide Squad this close to launch. My guess was an in-depth look at a boss battle, or the reveal of the first DLC characters to try and generate some further hype for the game. Well, we definitely got a look at a boss fight. We got more than that, in fact, we got several. But before we get deep into the trailer and all the goodness that was showed off with that, for me, something even more important, an even bigger announcement was made after the reveal of the trailer. I'm pulling this from the official Suicide Squad Discord. Username Epic Yeti, who works at Rocksteady, had this to say. Quote, "In addition to our latest trailer, we also have some news to share. We're happy to confirm we are planning to add an offline story mode that will give players the option to experience the main campaign without an internet connection. We're aiming to add this update in 2024 and will provide more details when available." End quote. Ever since I first started talking about Suicide Squad, I have spoke about this time and time again. A DC game, a game in the Arkhamverse, a game made by Rocksteady should not be liable to shutting down and then never being played by anyone ever again. This news is huge, and while it sounds like at launch the always online requirement will still be there, I am beyond delighted to see this roll out sometime in 2024. Yes, this should have been there from the start, but still, hats off to Rocksteady for listening and taking the feedback, for helping preserve this game and an Arkhamverse entry. This was 100% my biggest complaint with the game leading up to its release, and I'm delighted it's been squashed. So it is terrific news for both game preservation, for single player gamers, and for the Arkhamverse in general. But, like I say, that wasn't all the goodness we received yesterday. We got a brand spanking new trailer, and man, they went off with this one. Showing maybe more things than I'd like to have seen, but also, it has me like, well, if they're showing this, what else are they cooking? What else are they keeping secret? So this trailer is titled after the Justice League, called No More Heroes, and it's our best look yet at how some of these encounters with the Justice League are going to play out. With the biggest looks into boss fights against Flash and Green Lantern yet. One thing I gotta say off the bat, nice pun, ever since this game reveal, I've seen the word generic being lofted at this game. And while it should not be into the loot a third person aspect to this game has Rocksteady's fingerprints all over it. Generic my arse, mate. The story is shaping up to be absolutely excellent from the little tidbits that we've seen. The boss encounters look diverse and compelling. The suits and costume design, oh boy, they cooked. Also, the kind of rehash of the song in the trailer was perfection. This was the Get Hype trailer we've got for the game so far, in my opinion. And every Get Hype trailer needs a big Get Hype moment. And well, of course, the standout moment was the reveal of Nightmare Batman. Holy shit, my jaw was wide open. We all had a feeling that he'd be using the toxin after the events of Night, but to get this realization, this design, this tease, I'm so ready. We also got a much better look at Superman, some more dialogue from Brainiac, and yeah, this is probably the best trailer we've received yet. I'm at the point now where I don't need to see anymore. They've shown so much that I'm just beyond excited to see what else there is. I don't want to see any more in terms of story stuff for this game. We'll be interested to see how these encounters play out. Whether it's literally just shoot the bubble or gigantic version of them. But this is the studio behind the Scarecrow encounters in Asylum, the Mr. Freeze boss in a city, and so many more great ones. Especially like Superman. You can't just make a gigantic Superman, so I'm really interested to see what Rocksteady's cooking on that boss battlefront. Also, I know this game's dialogue isn't working for everyone, but it is absolutely working for me. I love the chemistry we've seen from the squad so far, and Boomer's line about Flash being the fastest, it got me, it really did. I think all the voice acting has been top notch so far. I'm really excited to hear more from Brainiac too. The little snippet we got in the trailer was enough, it was just enough. The team dynamic as well, from what we've seen, it hasn't always clicked, but I've loved a good 90% of it. I'm enjoying that. I'm still wondering though, is there like one or two members we haven't seen yet? Are they going to be DLC? In terms of what's next to expect, I'd expect them to quiet down over the next few weeks as we get closer to Christmas, and the game to go gold either just before or just after Christmas. Maybe one more Insider coming next week before the Christmas kind of slows down. Could we get a beta since now we've had the alpha tech test? I wouldn't be surprised to see one very early Jan to try and change even more people's sentiment and gain even more positive traction. But I gotta say, it does feel like this game is shifting in perspective. I can feel a positive feeling brewing more broadly, and meanwhile I'm sat back in my chair like, look, I always knew Rocksteady are going to deliver, but let's see what happens, eh? This game is absolutely not going to be for everyone, but neither is any game. What I'm seeing here is the realisation of a DC game with a compelling Justice League that even from these small tidbits we have here, you feel like you've known these characters together for a while. You can feel the stakes of the game. I think now everyone's over the minor disappointment of no Justice League or Superman game. They're really starting to get on board of the idea of what this product is, and I am definitely in that camp. We're just over a month away from release now, and I'm just so ready to get to the end of Jan so I can get my hands on that deluxe edition and get to work. We are so close to the next entry in the Arkhamverse, man. But now, I want to shift it over to you guys. Are you happy to hear about the campaign being made available offline after launch? What boss encounter are you most looking forward to in this game? If you're looking to stay up to date on all things Suicide Squad and even revisit an Arkham game or two in the next couple of weeks in the lead up to launch, hit that subscribe button. I've got you covered. Have a terrific day, and I'll catch you in the next one.